Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to 3D track inside of After Effects. So this is obviously the next step on from the 2D tracking that we've been doing recently. Uh, so I've got in my video here, just me walking down the street. And what we're going to do is go to track camera, it's right above track motion that we were using before. So what this does is it tracks the entire 3D space. It does the same way that we did 2D tracking, where it basically picks a point, works out where that moves in the next frame, but it does it for points all over your environment, and it uses that to build up a 3D image of the world. So over here you can see how far it's processed. This can be quite a time-consuming activity, so be aware it can take. I've had scenes take up to like 10 minutes to render. So what I'm going to do is just pause it for now, and we'll come back in the next step. So here you can see it has tracked all those points, is now solving the camera. This is where it's working out where all those points work together, how they interact to make the 3D environment. And you can see all these little dots are like 2D tracked points in the scene that it's using to create a 3D image of the world. When you click between them, it picks 3 different points, triangulates it, and tries to work out position in the world. So I'm just going to select one of these. I'm going to right click and create a solid and camera. So there you can see there's now a shape in the world. It is tracked. So when we play, it stays in the right place, so it looks like it's flat to the ground. It has also created a 3D camera. That means we now have 3D space to this environment, and the camera knows where it is in that 3D space. I'm just going to go a bit further in the video. I'm going to go back onto my tracker. To do that, you just go onto your video, select 3D tracking camera, and then you can find a position that you want. So I've found that one that's flat to the wall, and I'm going to create a solid. It just creates the solid this time because we've already got the 3D camera installed, and then that stays flat to the wall. So now we can start putting in elements. So I'm going to go back to my project. I'm going to add in this Sears logo. Now usually when we play, it just stays in the middle of the screen. It doesn't have any interaction with the world because it currently does not have 3D space. The way we add this is down here on the layer, you can select 3D layer, which allows you to have 3D space to the object. It's a little box, and now if I hit play, you can see that now stays in its position in the world, and we'll just walk through it. So with this, you can now just like move it around. You can position it where you want it to be in the scene. So you wanted it there, then it just sits there. But what we can do is use the information of these solids that we tracked in. So say I want this to sit on the ground where this is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the drop down into transform and find position. Hit Control C to copy the position of that. We can then go onto the Sears logo and do the same, but this time we're going to do Control V to paste it in. Now you can see is tracked to that position, but is going through the ground like from the camera's perspective because of the anchor point of this logo. So what we're going to do is the anchor point is this point in the center, is where it is moving the position to. So we want this at the bottom of the picture. The way we can do this is I'm going to go to pan behind at the top. You can press Y on the keyboard to as a shortcut. I'm then going to grab the Y and pull it down till it's at the bottom. So now the anchor point is where it's going to be moving the position to. So if we add this, now we can see that the point that's sat on the ground is that anchor point So the Sears logo is going to be floating just above it. Perfect. So something else we can do, if I just close these, I made this other null that was up against the wall. So you can go in and edit this because I want it to be a little bit straight. It's a bit skewed, so I'm going to go into transform and orientation, just rotate it till it's straight. That looks good. And then I'm going to add in a second Sears logo. Add 3D space. It's gone back to near the start of the timeline. And I want it to lay flat on this wall as though it was painted on the wall or up on there or something like that. So the way I'm going to do this is very similarly to what we did with the other logo, but this time I'm going to select all of them just with a shift click, so get all the transform points in there, Control C to copy them, select them all on the logo, and then click Control V, and then that now shows up positioned on the wall. It's a little bit big, so I can go in and scale it down. Maybe change its position a little bit. So that is now on the window. So that is how that you can 3D track a scene. I'm just going to quickly show you something else. If you're having issues tracking your scene, it's not getting enough points through for you to get things in the right position. We can do a track it in more detail. I'm going to show you by going back to my video, going to the effects controls, and we have the 3D camera. In the drop down for advanced, we have detailed analysis. So what this does is give you a lot more points to play with, but it takes a lot longer to render. So I am just gonna pause this for a second, and I'll come back when it is finished analyzing the scene. Okay, here my camera is just getting solved now. This took about 5 minutes, so it was a lot longer than the original that only took a couple. And this is only a 20-second scene. If it was a longer scene, it can take quite a while. But as you can see, you get a lot more points that is tracked. Like, particularly if you look at the ground here, when we only had a few before, we've now got a ton. So this allows you to put in a point just about anywhere that you need it. Like I said, it takes a lot longer to sort of work out all these points. So I usually try without the detailed analysis first, see what that gives you, and then do a detailed analysis if needed. But otherwise, that is 3D tracking. So what we've done today was using the track motion to create 3D points throughout your scene. Use create solid and camera to create your 3D camera. We used the pan behind tool to change your anchor points, and we used the 3D layer to make 2D objects into 3D objects. So I'll be doing more of these, showing you how to blend things and stuff like that, but for now that is 3D tracking. Thank you.